What's going on YouTube? Running Frog 87 here, guys. And so yeah, I guess today the OCG October 2015 balance was revealed today, which is some pretty exciting news because hopefully that means that here in the TCG we'll be getting our list pretty soon, or at least like spoilers or a glimpse of the list at least. And so yeah, without further ado, let's just get it right into the list and discuss some of the things they did and what impact that might have over there in the OCG, or like if any of these hits might be possible here in the TCG and the like. And so here right off the bat, they have banned Elder Entity Norden, or I guess as he's known in the OCG, Elder God Noden. Isn't this too little too late? I know because Instant Fusion was at 1, which is why they didn't touch Noden at all. And so now they're just outright banning him. And do Performer Mage and Pals even play Instant Fusion? I think I'm pretty much sure they do, but is that really gonna be like too much of a hit over there? And is this a sign for things to come here in the OCG? Because here in the TCG, because I don't think, how Noden comes out in the Megatins this Friday, and I don't think Konami is gonna. I don't know. You never know. They might hit Instant Fusion or Noden to 1 or something, but I doubt it since they gotta sell those tins. And then Teller Knight Ptolemaeus was just outright banned. So no more Cyber Dragon Infinity stuff, shenanigans for the OCG. But then again, was Cyber Dragon Infinity a problem? It was like a format or two ago, but not anymore. I mean, isn't it just Performer Mage and Pals now? Isn't that like 90% of the freaking meta? So I don't know. This is like these two hits are a little too little too late for my taste. Like. They were addressing a problem that was a problem like a couple of formats ago, but no more. The new problem, the new threat is the Performer Mage and Pal deck. So, I don't know. That's kind of weird seeing as how the OCG is more proactive in their ban list than the TCG is. Alright, so that's what got banned. And hopefully, Teller Knight Ptolemaeus gets banned here in the TCG before we ever get Cyber Dragon Infinity. Because if not, that's going to be a freaking headache. Alright, so newly limited. Alright, so we have Shadow Mist, Glow Bulb, Inside Magician, Deep Sea Diva, and Shurit. So they continue to hit. Shurit. I don't know what Shurit was like at. What Shurit was at before in the OCG. So it looks like I guess they're continuing to hit Necros. I'm not so sure. But the most interesting card here is Shadow Mist. Seeing as how again, I think that's a little too late, because I know how they still have Stratos in the OCG, and Heroes were like kind of a problem like a format or two ago in the OCG, but no longer. Like I said, the top dog in the OCG is Performer Mage and Pal. So again, too little too late. Like why now OCG? The OCG is usually good at addressing problems when they become problems, not like a format or two after the fact, like here in the TCG. So I don't know, guys. This seems like a TCG list to me. With all the addressing the problems like way after they're problems and no longer problems. So I don't know. All right, so newly semi-limited Curry Bandit, Mermail Bestius, Ivigishki Gustrakin, Mind Control. That's interesting because it's always been at 1 forever. Book of Moon. That's very interesting as well because, wow, when was the last time Book of Moon was at any other number than 1? When was the last time it wasn't limited? I believe synchro format, like freaking. I believe like when synchros were a thing, freaking Book of Moon was at 3, and that was an annoying card. I mean, it was a very useful, even though it was a -1, it was like the best -1 in the game because it disrupted your opponent's plays and let you get over things. It was just a very useful card, and so it's the 2 in the OCG, and so maybe that it might come to 2 here in the TCG. Well, if it does, those super rare Book of Moons, guys, oh my god, they're expensive already. They can get even more expensive. Alright, so Charge of the Light Brigade, Gold Sark, Allure of Darkness, another interesting card. A lot of old school players who played Dad Return and Perfect Circle would really love for this card to come to 2, especially here in the TCG. Alright, Dragon Shine and Gateway of the Six. As I understand it, Gateway of the Six is still banned here in the TCG. Now, did this move up from 0 to 2 in the OCG or from 1 to 2? I'm not so sure, but Gateway, if Gateway were at 1, or at 2 here in the TCG, would you guys imagine like all the freaking XC spam that Samurais could generate? Wow. Centers of Shadow Games, whatever. And Crush Card Virus to 2. Yeah, I guess that can happen here in the TCG as well, because Crush Card Virus isn't like the errata version is just not ain't what it used to be, especially since freaking that it has that negative effect where your opponent gets to like destroy cards from their deck, and that's very freaking dangerous with like when you're facing off against Burning Abyss or Shaddolls or Lightsworn or anything that benefits from milling monsters from the deck, you know. So yeah, it's kind of a double-edged blade there. All right, and Luli Unlimited, E-Hero Bubble Man, Chaos Emperor Dragon Envoy of the End. That's super interesting, especially since, you know, that card's like a searchable 3000 beater. You know, even without its effect, it's still pretty good. A Dark Magician of Chaos, again, another card that got errated over there in the OCG that hasn't made its way yet here into the TCG just yet. Blackwing Gale the Whirlwind, finally at 3, I guess, in the OCG. It took them forever. Manju, okay. Formula Synchron, Wind Up Carriers and Mighty. Instant Fusion, okay. That's, I guess, to coincide with banning Noden. Since Noden got banned, there's no reason to keep Instant Fusion at 1 anymore. Magical Stone Excavation, Transmigration Prophecy, and Bottomless Trap Hole. And can Bottomless Trap Hole go to 2 or 3 here in the TCG? I don't know, because there's Trap Tricks, but who knows? It might, maybe not. I don't know. Would I like it to be? Sure, I know a lot of like Stun and Rogue decks would love Bottomless Trap Hole to come back to 2 or 3 here in the TCG. But I'm not sure if, you know, here in the TCG, Konami would allow something like that to happen. Alright guys, that's basically the gist of it. Like my overall thoughts on this ban list, especially in regards to the OCG meta, too little too late. You know, I don't think it addressed any of the current problems that they have. You know, it's like a circus over there in the OCG with like the performage and pal deck just dominating everybody, just stealing everybody's lunch money, and they didn't do anything to address it. I don't think they did. Let's see here. Yeah, like I said, guys, this is very reminiscent. This is very familiar to what Konami would do here in the TCG. You know, they're hitting decks that are no longer problems, and they're not hitting any of the decks that are current problems. So it looks like the OCG is taking a page out of the TCG's playbook, and not a very good one. You know, a very negative one, especially since the OCG, like I've said before, guys, is known for like taking care of problems when they become problems. You know, remember when Shaddolls were a problem? Next balance, boom, took care of them. The chair and the stick were problems. You know, the scepter and the sovereign, they were problems. Boom, next balance, the OCG took care of them. You know, things like that. Necros, boom, next balance, OCG took care of them. It's like, so yeah, so I'm not really liking this new look on the OCG. And well, what can I say? You know, obviously I live here in the TCG territory. Don't, you know, whatever they do in the OCG doesn't really doesn't directly affect me, but still, you know, it's kind of troublesome, you know, seeing as how the OCG for so long was like their ban lists were so progressive, and now they're not. It looks like they're starting to just mimic what the TCG does, and I don't know. I don't really like that. All right, guys. So those are my thoughts on this ban list. So let me know what you guys think, and if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, so you guys can see content just like this and much more. And as always, I am Ronin Frog 87 bidding you farewell, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.